Hello Galactic family. Question: I dreamed twice as my body rocked forward. It was out of time and space, like a still image of the scene, and only the body was moving, leaning forward in slow motion. It was very sweet. Is it a form of reversal? Absolutely. In the process of alchemy between your ephemeral body and the body of existence, which is almost complete for those of you who are already vibrating, so to speak, and even to some of you who have never experienced anything, this process is effectively accompanied by a perception of something that is very clear. There is the body, and there is something more than that body that moves. It is your body of existence. So this tipping or this reversal of consciousness can be done by reverting within yourself, whether you are moving forward and sometimes also backwards. All these processes are simply the relaxation. Now that the body of existence for most of you is present on this plane, there was first a phase of acclimatization, of penetration of the light, after adjustment between the ephemeral and the eternal, and after dissolution of the ephemeral, leading them, in this process that you live, to see the ephemeral and another thing that moves, that moves, that moves, that turns, that is nothing more than your body of eternity. You see? So this is a new process that shows you that consciousness is actually capable of functioning, even without understanding, whether in the physical body or in another form that is your form of eternity. That is what is important when you come to live it, without seeking it. This is spontaneously produced, of course. And this reversal or this tipping, let it be forward, to the left, to the right, to the back, or else directly upwards or downwards, all the movements of something that is not your physical body, either whether or not you see the form, it indicates that your consciousness is already partially, if I may say, live in the midst of your body of existence. And if you live it, that means that at the moment of Mary's call, you will directly bask in the body of eternity in the absolute without any difficulty. This proves right now that you are no longer attached to the ephemeral consciousness nor to the consciousness of eternity, for whoever observes this is not the last witness, depending on no form, no consciousness, no dimension. It means that the observer is the released. It is not your person anymore. Therefore, if you mix your person and your history to this, you will somehow break, you limit the appearance, in the midst of the ephemeral, of the totality of your eternity. That is exactly what is produced. Certainly, this is accompanied by vibratory processes for those who live the vibratory processes, with the job, which is no longer done, even a little for some of you, on the depth, precision or doors that are around the sacrum, but which now concerns the AL and unit gates, and above all the passage between the trunk and the head, that is to say that which is connected to the neck and also to all the vibrating structures of the head. That is what one lives right now. Another question. It's a dream. The scene is set in a garbage truck. Instead of a hook, knives are attached together, with huge blades facing down. A woman is lying under the knives. She looks calm and acquiescent. Then the knives descend on it to tear it apart. I do not see what is produced, and then I perceive the dead woman, lying in her white dress, with no visible wound. I hear over and I wake up, serene. Yes. There in the dream you were shown the two aspects: the observer who sees a body that is not yours, a woman, you say, and you observe that this body will be shattered. So I would not do bad moods telling you that it's the Dracos who make the ground meet because it's better. I would simply say that this person is reunited, then she's dead but she's in serenity, that is, she accepted, in a violent form, the sacrifice of personal history, the sacrifice of the ephemeral. In fact, this sister tells us that she herself is at peace when she wakes up. So does that mean what? That it passed. This dream announces that it passes from the ephemeral to the eternity, and indeed that goes very well, whatever the fact that this body is chopped in the menu, that is to say that the ephemeral is reduced in powder or in meat. You are dust and you will return to dust. There is no other alternative. We have sufficiently developed this notion of sacrifice, from passing from ephemeral to eternity, whether this is in the vehicle or in consciousness. It is exactly what was shown in this dream. And the way you react to what might seem like a scary few years ago means death, whatever the circumstances, and as you say in that dream, it is a death accepted by the person lying down and going be torn, I believe you said, and then you had the surprise of seeing her without any laceration or wound while she's dead. It is the ego fears that have been evacuated by access to eternity. It is this transmutation of passage between ephemeral consciousness and eternal consciousness, from the physical body or subtle bodies to the body of eternity. You acclimate, if I may say, to this body of eternity, in different ways, but it is a kind of acclimatization to what is going to be true, I would say, very very fast by the events of which we have enumerated. And in particular the Archangel Anael, more than a year ago, when he gave you, not the chronological aspect, but the set of events that must be produced, with chronologies, you know, are not exactly as they were presented, even that one must go through the intermediate stages that are fixed. So it is exactly this process that was experienced in a dream. Anael's question in the December 2015 issue, Anael Questions/Answers, Part 2. It is in the Ascension Notebook of December 2015, page 82. And so for this sister, there is an overcoming of the conscious fear of death, and also of the survival reflex that is inscribed, as perhaps you know it, in your brain structure. The survival instinct that is related, I believe, to what one who speaks from time to time in my place and expresses some things, and it is the moment when you really discover that you are immortal, not because you believe in it, but because you live it, even if it is in a dream. And furthermore, after that dream, this sister had to notice changes in her way of living things. Dreams like this will grow more and more numerous, even though you have more and more brothers and sisters, awake or not, who dream of events that are taking place everywhere on earth. Of course, we told you that no one knows the date of the event, namely, the presence of Nibiru, the appeal of Mary and all the events that have always been given by all the prophets, but you have through those dreams, sometimes through of intuitions, a direct experience that you are neither this body, nor that consciousness, nor what lives on the screen of the character. So it is a prior facilitation to the appeal of Mary, and as time goes on, during this year, as you see it, this gives you an extra opportunity to refine, if I may say, your eternity, right here, in presence in this world, before the fateful elements. Another question,